Thank you, Laska Hirlach. Firstly, I want to thank Senator Clonan for all of his work on issues that impact on disabled and disability people within Irish society, and also the Autism Committee as well, Senator. I think in this House, genuine, and from the Disability Committee, people genuinely care for the rights, and I think we are making some progress. And having the expertise of Senator Clonan here today and other senators like Senator Higgins, who was on the Disability Committee and who's been doing this work longer than me, it's such an education for us all. I remember actually one of my first days in the Disability Committee and how it just clicked with me that people are not disabled. Society disables people with disabilities, and none of us has, every single Wednesday in the Disability Committee, I do sometimes be shaken. And the reason why is oh God, am I going to get the language right? I don't want to offend people, blah, blah, blah. And I know there's senators here that would probably be the same when it comes to traveller issues, the them and they. And I know exactly what it's like to not have access to services and how difficult that must be for families and for people with disabilities. And therefore, I'm delighted to co-sign the bill with Senator Clonan, but it's not about if we sign it or not. That's just on a piece of paper. It's really about implementing the amendments, Senator, that you have put forward to the Act of 2005. And I think that's really, really important, that for much too long we've been talking about, how disabled people, people with disabilities should have access to services. Having access to a service is one thing, but getting the support through a service, that's a horse of a different colour. It's very, very difficult. Again, we talk about access to education. We all have that access, but the opportunity to be successful within the system, it's totally different. And in the Disability Committee, and I've learned it from being on the committee as well, people with autism and with some other additional special needs are denied access and denied supports around mental health services. Come on. Your disability does not, you have a disability, but you can also have a mental health issue as well. And people with a disability has minds like the rest of us, and young children as well, and should be getting that adequate support that our children deserves. And it's on record from the Disability Committee that with the Chief Executive, I don't want to be putting words or not getting it wrong here today, but he did say that it's inequality and it's blatant discrimination that we do not have children with autism having equal access to mental health services in this country. And again, accommodation for children with additional needs, employment. Last week in the Disability Committee we spoke about employment. People with disabilities, some people with disabilities, some people without disabilities enjoy packing boxes, right? But that shouldn't just be the one job for people with disabilities. There's people with disabilities that can work in offices that should be given that equality of opportunity, not just to push around trolleys and pack boxes. Of course, if people choose that, people should be given that opportunity as well. So I won't go on now because I could, Minister. I'm so passionate about equality of opportunities for disabled and for people with disabilities. And this amendments to this bill is actually a step in the right direction. But we could sit here for from here to Christmas and talk about disability rights, but it's really about implementation. And I know, Minister, your heart's in the right place, and not only your heart, I know you put your money where your mouth is. So I have every faith that you will act on these actions. That's if you even agreed to support the bill. I hope the government will do that, and that if you support this bill today, I know you will give it not 100%, Minister, but 150%. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator.